So hello and welcome to this Adobe After Effects tutorial. Today we are going to create this simple animation, and right now you can see what we are going to be doing. A few things that I want to mention. One of them is that I also created the same tutorial in Adobe Animate as HTML5 animated banner, and I'm going to provide the link in the description. And I also created these tutorials, both Adobe After Effects and Adobe Animate in Spanish. I have it on my other channel, and I'm going also put the link in the description for that one. But yeah, in this tutorial we are going to go with this one, and right now we can start. Alright, so right now I am in the Adobe After Effects, and in this tutorial I am just going to provide you these two images. You can choose whatever images that you want, but I will go with these two. And I have this from the Freepik, and I'm going to provide you also this in the description. But in this tutorial I am not going to show you how you can get this from the Freepik to the PNG. So I will just basically give you these two images. So right now I will go to the Adobe After Effects, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this new composition, and I would like to go with 1920 by 1080, which is like full HD. The frame rate I will go with this 29.97. You can choose other if you want, and I do not want to basically change anything in here, so I will just click OK. Now I will go to the place where I have my images. I am going to select both of them with Shift, and I am going to drag them in here like so. Now I can start with only one of them, so I can go with the present one, and I am going to drag it in here like this, and yeah. I can zoom in and zoom out with the Control and mouse wheel, or Command and mouse wheel. And yeah, so right now this is too big, so I am going to scale this down a little bit. So I will go with, I am going to select my present, and I am going to go with scale, or you can basically open this and go to the transform, go to the scale. But yeah, I will go with the shortcut S, and I am going to scale this maybe I don't know, I will go with 65, you can choose whatever, and I am going to position this maybe, I can go for now to the center, later on we can adjust it very easily. Okay, so now I can meet with my arrows to put it to the bottom exactly like so, and yeah. Now if I would go with the R for the rotation, and I will try to rotate this, it is going to be rotating around this anchor point, and we would like to get this anchor point to the bottom. So I will go in here, pan behind tool, or the shortcut is Y, and I am going to drag the anchor point to the bottom. If you are going to hold Control or Command, it is going to snap, so I will put it like this. Now I will go back to the scale, so I am going to hit S, and you can see there is this little icon constrain proportions, and basically if this is going to be checked, we are going to have the same proportions, and if I'm going to uncheck this, I am going to be able to animate it like so, or I will be able to animate it like so. Okay. So for now I am going to have both of them 65, but this depends on you, and I am going to create new keyframe, so I will click on this watch like so. Now I am going to move 10 frames, so I will go with Shift and page down, and I will move like this. I can zoom in little bit like so if I want, so yeah. And now what I'm going to do on this place, I am going to make this smaller like so, and I am going to make this wider like this. Okay, maybe a little bit more, so something like this. And the good thing right now would be to have like the same volume, so we do not want to have this so, because right now the volume of this is much more than the initial, so you know, when the things are stretching, they are like not getting more volume. So yeah, I will go maybe with something like this, but this is something that we will have to play with. So I can maybe do it like so. Okay. And yeah, now I am going to move one more time 10 frames. Later on I am going to adjust it, so I will go with Shift and page down like so, and in here I am going to copy this initial keyframe, so I'm just going to select it. I will go with Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and on this new keyframe right now that we have copied, I am going to put it to be like so, and to be like so. Okay. Now one more time I will move 10 frames, so so I will go with Shift and page down, and I am going to copy this, Control C, the initial one, and paste it. And right now I will do it maybe like so and like so, little less than this one. Okay, so maybe something like this. Maybe I can play with this little bit more. So like this, but okay, like so, fine. And now I will go one more time, 10 frames. So Shift and page down, and I'm going to copy the first one, Control C, Control V. Okay, so right now if I'm going to play this with the space, this is what we are going to have. For now, this animation is not going to be very good, and there are a few things that we want to adjust. So the first thing that I would like to do is I have this right now 10 frames and like this 10 frames, 10 frames, 10 frames and 10 frames. I want only the first one to be 10 frames, and the second one I am going to select all of the keyframes and I am going to make it a little bit less. So I can go maybe with 9 or I can go maybe with 8. So I will go maybe with 8. Right now this second one I will go maybe with 6, so I will put this like 4 to the left, like so. So I am going to have this like, this is going to be 10 frames, this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is going to be maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, or I don't know, and I am going to put it like so. Okay, so the animation should be in this way, so that this is going to be the biggest space, this is going to be a little bit less, this is going to be even less, and so on. So I can play this right now, but this is still not going to be very good, and what I would like to do is I would like to put some kind of easing. So what I can do, basically I can select all of these like so, and I can go with F9, or you can right click keyframe assistant and you can go with easy ease like so, F9. And right now if I'm going to play this, this is going to be much better. Okay, now if we want, we can go ahead and play with the graph editor. It's not going to be very easy, but I can show you. So I am going to select all of the keyframes and I am going to click on the graph editor, and we are going to have something like this. The bad thing is that right now we have separated this dimension of the scale, and we are going to have the separate graph for these scales. I can right click because we have two options. We have option edit the value graph, and it is going to be like so, and we have also option edit the speed graph. So I am going to show you this on the speed graph. You can also work with the value graph, but yeah. So I will go back to the speed graph, and basically this let me do this and then I will explain. So I am going to select everything like so, and this is not necessary because F9 is fine, but I just want to show you. I am going to select everything, and with the shift I am going to drag this little bit like so and little bit like so, and it is going to only adjust this red one, and I am going to click on this other handle like so, and on this other handle like so. Okay, so something like this. And right now I can go ahead and play this. So I'm going to play this, and we are going to have something like this. Let me go back to the graph editor because I don't like this. So I would maybe adjust this one. So this is a little bit hard because this is like overlapping. So I can go with this one. I will have to check this like this and like this. It's not very easy to do it like so, but yeah. And basically this speed graph means how fast this is going to go. So if it's going to be in here, this means that it is going to go fastest when this is like 0 miles per hour, this is like 10 miles, this is 20 miles, so this is like 5 miles, 10 miles, maybe 15 miles per hour, 20 miles, then 15 miles, and so on. That's why it's called speed graph. But as I said, this is a little bit bit tricky right now. If I change this to edit value graph, this can also be a little bit tricky because it is like overlapping, and right now it's like hard to select the correct correct handle, but yeah. But in this tutorial, what I'm going to do is I will just go with F9. So right now I will one more time select all of these like so, and I will go with F9, and yeah, because for me this easy is looks fine. What I can do right now is I am going to copy this animation, so I'm just going to select this, Ctrl C, and I'm going to paste it, Ctrl V, and I can do it one more time, so I'm going to hit Ctrl V one more time, and we are basically going to have this animation 3 times. Okay, now what I can do is I can recreate this animation, but right now I am going to go a little bit little bit stronger. So I will go maybe in here, and I will click this add or remove keyframe at current time. So I will go in here, and one more time I'm going to move 10 frames like so. I can zoom in if I want. And in here right now I am going to do something maybe crazy. I am going to put it like so, and I am going to put it like so. So I am going to like exaggerate a lot. Then I will go another. This is maybe too much, so maybe I can go like so. Okay. Then I will go another 10 frames, and I am going to copy this one more time. Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and right now I am going to put this like so, and I am going to put this like so. So maybe something like this. Then I am going to copy one more time this keyframe. So I will move 10 frames and Ctrl V, and I am going to go a little bit less with this one. So maybe like this, and maybe like this. Okay, that's fine. Okay, maybe something like this. Then I will one more time copy this keyframe, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, like so. In here I can make this little bit higher and little bit less wide, something like this, and I'm going to copy this last time, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, like so, and yeah. And right now I will basically select these keyframes, and I'm going to move this by 1 frame. I'm going to select all of this, and I'm going to move this by maybe 2 frames. I'm going to select all of this, and I'm going to move it by 3 frames, and this one I am going to move by 4 frames like so. So again, I want this space to be less than this one, and so on. So I can play this. Maybe this is going to look crazy, but yeah, let me zoom out a little bit like so, and I will play this. Let me, okay, I will go with U to, no, I just have to move like so. I will just zoom out a little bit, and I will play this. So we are going to have it like so. So this is like really like exaggerated, but I think that it is still fine. So something like this. So right now I am just going to copy this, Ctrl C, and I will go in here, maybe Ctrl V. Let me do this, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and one more time I am going to go in here, Ctrl V. Okay, so I am going to have all of this animation, and right now what I can do is I can just go to the selection tool, and I can click on this, and I can move this to the left like so. This is not going to affect my animation because I am right now moving position, and position has nothing to do with the scale, so it is going to stay like so. And right now I can go ahead and deselect this, and I can drag my present number 2 in here like so. And again I am going to scale this down a little bit, so I will go with S. I can go maybe one more time 65 or whatever you want, and I'm going to put it maybe like so. And I will one more time go to the pan behind tool, and I'm going to put the anchor point with the control or command to the bottom. And yeah, right now I am going to select all of these keyframes, Ctrl C, and I will go in here and I will paste Control V like so. And I will paste this and nothing is going to happen. Why is nothing going to happen? The reason is that I need to uncheck these constraint proportions like so, and right now if I go with Ctrl V, it is going to paste. Let me check this one more time, because maybe I didn't only have this selected. Okay, it is going to do it also when you have this but I want to deselect these constraint proportions. So yeah, basically right now I am going to have the same animation, and I am going to have it on both of them. And in this way I could like paste it to as many as I want. And right now, if I want, I can go ahead and like play with this. So if I want, I can copy or just select all of this and offset this little bit, so they are not going to be at the same time. So maybe something like this. But yeah, this is basically it. This is all. Right now, one thing that we could do, if we want, we can create some kind of background. So I can go to the layer, and I can go to the new, I can go to the solid, and I am just going to choose maybe something like this, which is almost white but which is not white. Okay, and I'm going to put it to the bottom like so. So we are going to have something like this. If you want, you can play, you can put some text or whatever. Yeah. Right now, the last thing that I'm going to show you is how you can export this, but probably many of you know how you can export this, but yeah. One thing is that if you have been here until the end, you can write me that in the comments. That would mean a lot to me to know that somebody have been watching until the end, but yeah. So right now what I can do is I can basically go to the file, I can go to the export, and I will go with add to media encoder queue. There is also option add to render queue, which is going to make this directly, it is in here, directly in the After Effects, but I don't like this option because there are like not many good possibilities, so I always go with the media encoder. It can take few moments until it is going to open. I already have it open, but yeah, it can take a few moments to open this media encoder, and it can also take few moments to appear in here. So it can happen that this is going to be maybe for few seconds or maybe even few minutes empty, but eventually this should appear in here. And in here I want this to be H264. This is like the standard. This one I do not need to change anything. If you know what you want to change, you can change this, but if you know what you want to change, you do not need to watch this part. So yeah, and the last thing is this one. This is basically where we want to save this, so I will have to go my way through the place where I want to have it. So very quickly I will go in here, and I'm going to create new folder, which I'm going to call render. And yeah, I'm going to hit cancel because right now I realize that I forget one thing. Let me go back in here, and I'm going to click U. And one thing is that this happens to me a lot. This animation right now is 30 seconds, and my animation ends in here. So what I want is maybe go in here, and I'm going to drag this work area in here like so, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to choose trim comp to work area. So basically I do not need a 30-second animation, I just want a 10-second animation. And another thing that I forget, I don't know, is this motion blur. I would like to put this motion blur, and this has to be checked, and this is just going to make this a little bit blurry while moving. If you cannot see this motion blur, there is this toggle switch, and you can click this and it is going to toggle between two options. So yeah, so right now one more time I will go to the file, I will go to the export, I will go add to media encoder queue, and I will go to the media encoder. And yeah, let me remove this because that's the old one, and I will go in here. I will just change the place one more time. I have to click this, come on. Okay, very quickly I will try to go to my place. Okay, I already have the folder render, and I'm going to just click save, and I'm going to click this little arrow, and this is going to take a few moments, but eventually this is going to start the render, hopefully eventually, and it is going to make it very quickly. So yeah, and right now I will go to that place, so I will have this in here, and I can open this like so, and yeah, this is basically what we have. So yeah, this is it, this is all. Thank you very much for your time. I hope that you have learned something, and I hope that you will be able to use this in some kind of your project, in your animations, in your job, or whatever. Okay, so yeah, this is it. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Goodbye.